Hey guys, let's put a backup camera in this vehicle today.
Alright, here's the Boss Audio Systems LPC B40 reverse camera, backup camera. Buy this for $18 off Amazon. This is what it looks like. You know, take your license plate off your car, put this in where the top bolts go into your license plate, put the license plate over it so it covers up this bracket. This is your camera here. This one's a little loose, so you want to take a small precision Phillips head screwdriver and tighten these up to your liking so you can, when it's on your vehicle, you can put this camera exactly how you want it. Right here, you have your power input where your camera gets power at, and then you have your video input where the video signal will go. This will plug in here, the power out input here. This red wire here will go to your positive reverse light wire in your vehicle. This black wire can either get grounded to the chassis of the vehicle or it can go into the negative of the reversing light as well. That power wire will have that reverse light wire will have two wires, a positive and negative. In this car, one wire is red, one is white. Red for positive, white for negative. And next, you'll take your, this is what these backup cameras come with. They come with usually it's long enough, sometimes it's not, depending on the vehicle. Video cable, plug that in here. This red cable here will go into with this red cable here that's connected to a reverse light. And we're also going to run a separate wire from here all the way up to the front of our radio. This is our Boss radio here we're going to be using, and it does have a screen. It's just detached from it at the moment. So we come to our radio here. We're going to take this and find where the rear input camera connects into. That's front. This radio has an option for front and rear. Here's the rear. We're going to plug that in here after we ran it from the back of the vehicle. We're going to plug that here, or you could run this obviously front to the back to what I just described on the rear camera. Take this power wire and find the rear camera input, which would be right here. Take that, and you're going to plug that into here along with the reversing light wire that we wired from the back of the car. Run that all the way up to the front with this cable. Place that here. Now, that's kind of a brief overview of what we're going to do. Obviously, this will run on one side of the vehicle we're using. So now let's go ahead and apply this to the real world here. All right, guys, this is one thing here also about a lot of these backup cameras. Right here, this is for this little wire here. You leave it like it is if you want your distance guidelines. If you don't want distance lines, which means those are those lines that appear as soon as you put your vehicle in reverse. If you don't want that and you just want a basic picture with no lines, you cut this. This here is image reverse. If you want your image reverse, I usually don't mess with this right here, like a mirror image here. But this is the main thing. So it depends on how I feel. We're going to leave the lines on for this particular installation, but if you want, you can take this off to take your parking guidance lines off. One quick note: you'd think it'd be common sense, but some people don't realize this and any variations of it is nothing like you buying a vehicle with a factory backup camera. What I mean by that, if you're putting this on your kid's car, on a car for yourself, this thing is not going to alert you if you get too close to something. You just have a picture. It's not going to throw off any signs, any vibrations, anything like that. It's still all on you. This just gives you a picture of what's behind you. All right, guys, moment of truth here. We're here at the vehicle. This is reversing. Obviously, you can see the reverse light there. This is the camera installed. We ran that wire under this, one of these lights. It's got two of them here. So we ran that wire under there. That's the camera there. What we done? Connected. We took this panel off here. We connected this that goes to the radio, and it's in the reverse wire, and that positive. We also took that telling you about from the video cable in there, and we grounded the grounding cable to the power cable from here to this to the negative wire on here. Ran under the trunk here. Here under the seat. These panels here, if you didn't know, just pop off. That's where that wire's going there. Did the same thing, ran it under here, came right up through the radio, and now, moment of truth here. I want to see Right, give it a radio's meant to boot up here. And there it is, reversing camera. Let's crank the car up. See that right there. Angle for you guys here. See there? Definitely a fairly decent picture for a $20 camera. I mean, you can't expect a miracle, but it'll help you does what it needs to do. Also, another thing, I did not show, this particular vehicle is a 2010 Toyota Corolla. It's my son's car. I did not go showing like how to disassemble a dash and disconnect the other aftermarket radio or the factory radio. Reason I didn't show that because all vehicles are different. Now, you can find from a 2009 to 2013 Toyota Corolla how to disassemble a dash or remove a radio from it all over YouTube. So this video is just basically a basic instructional that can apply to many different vehicles out there. Also, another thing I want to bring up is there's many different backup cameras out there. There's some that are wireless that you can use your cell phone as a display screen for the backup camera. A lot of reviews I read on those say they don't work that well. There's some you can even get at places like Walmart, AutoZone, O'Reilly's that they wire in. Most of them you still have to wire in the power in that reverse light to send a signal, whatever unit it is. But there's some, like you can get it, like I said, Walmart, O'Reilly's, AutoZone, some other places, even on Amazon you don't have to change out your factory radio. You can put a separate screen. Either clips your rear view mirror or might mount on your dashboard, or you can use a video from your cell phone. That's something if you don't want to go on your radio, you can look into. But all of them, you still, to my knowledge, have to wire into that reverse light, the backup light in your car, the white light, so it knows when to turn that video on where you can see behind you what's going on. Also, concerning the brand, Boss Audio. Well, if you're in the car audio, you know that that's really not that great of a brand. It's known for cheap stuff, but I will say this. Over the years, I've had some Boss subwoofers and some amplifiers. Now, the amps are kind of, I don't know, they heat up quick. I wouldn't recommend them. The power ratings are way, they're not even close to what they actually put out. They do last long, but however, the backup cameras and the particular radio that we're dealing with, it actually has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay and a lot of other features. It is really good. I've been dealing with that one for a while. So I say out to say, like, not everything that company makes, Boss Audio, is total trash. A lot of it's pretty decent. I mean, I would dare to say that radio that you see in this video is just on the same order as a JVC, Pioneer, Kenwood, or Alpine, in my opinion, because I've had all those brands I just mentioned to you. I've had their radios or amps. Boss is not that bad, but like I said, again, watch out for the amplifiers, the speakers. Certain subs, certain radios are not that bad from that brand. Also, like I said before, this can pertain to many different vehicles. Guys, quick disclaimer about the backup camera install. When we first put it in, the camera would only cut on when you went to the settings screen of the radio, and when you had to press camera to get it to cut on. This happened to me. I've probably installed this is probably like the 5th one I've installed. Usually I go with dual branded backup camera. You can find them at Walmart for about $20. That's another good branded camera, but it doesn't mount under license plates. You have to find somewhere to mount that, like up under, around where the tag is and everything. But I say all that to say, so I had to go in and come to find out, after doing a 2-minute Google search, that there's a purple wire. If you go back further in the video where I'm sitting at the table explaining which wire and the colors of wires and which one hooks into what, that red wire that came off the yellow RCA video plug, that was supposed to hook in not only to the red and white wire that was on the radio, and we're bringing which was a white wire, as you've seen in the video, from the back reverse light into the radio. Also, there was a purple and white wire. So we went in, me and my son, and figured that out, and we connected that wire to the other one, and the reverse camera worked, the backup camera worked. How it should always work is just like a car that comes from the factory. When soon as you put that thing in reverse, it kicks on. Now on this particular radio, we could set the camera where it would have like a 2-3 second delay with that, but I personally like it where as soon as I put my vehicle in reverse, it does that. It'll just go right into it. You know, one gripe I did have about this particular backup camera, and it's a problem I ran into with a lot of them, is that it didn't come with enough of the RCA extension cable that's pictured in the video. Toyota Corolla is, most of us know, is a compact sized car. And we just had, I mean, literally just had enough wire, RCA cable, rather, to run our installation. I will tell you, honestly, that's something to look out for with backup camera installations. And I want to show you some of this video. You want to get a longer cord and extension. And I'm going to show you a picture later in the video here of what you can get for a larger vehicle if you're running that problem with your backup camera. Here's some additional pictures on the installation. You can see on the yellow RCA cable, I wrapped tape around it. Done that at the front of the vehicle, at that connection, and the rear. This is something you want to get in the practice of doing, whether it's a backup camera installation or even some radios have, like for the RCA inputs you would use to hook up external amplifiers to your car. Get in the habit of doing that. It really helps keep your connection secure. And here's what I mentioned earlier in the video. Here is a connector to join two RCA cables together. And here's a 35 foot RCA connector on Amazon for like $8 here, if you have a larger vehicle and need more cable. And a special thank you to these two, my son and my daughter. They helped me, you know, with the installation and shooting some of my videos I've been doing the past couple days. Tell you what, nothing like kids, guys, and nothing like having kids, showing them things that you were taught growing up as a kid by your parents and just spending that extra time with them. Nothing like it. Hey, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one.